So welcome back, my dear students. This is chapter 8, and we will go now to work on chapter 8. Just let me share the screen back. Yep. Okay, look. Here is chapter 8 about the organizational structure of the organization. And actually, it is very important because it tells us how the structure, uh, how they design the structure. We have a span of control. The word span of control means the number of subordinates that one boss can or manager can be on responsible of them, like he can supervise them. How many subordinates? As example, if the span of control is 1 to 7, that means each manager, one manager, should control or supervise of about 7 persons. So this is the span of control. Decentralization and centralization. Centralization means the decision making is in one hand only or on the main sectors of the organization. Decentralization means that the power of taking decisions is divided between not only centralized in one hand, but it's divided among or distributed among a number of employers. Division of labor. Division of labor means that we will divide the work into sub-objectives. Then each one of the workers or the employees will have only a small part of the job that will be assigned to him, so that because this division of labor will increase the skills and it will increase the efficiency of doing the work and reduce the waste and reduce the time of achieving the job or the targets. Departmentalization and managerial hierarchy. Managerial hierarchy means, like I said before, levels, chain of command from the higher to the lower, exactly like the army and like the bishop system. It's kind of from the higher to the lower in the order. The division of labor, the advantages, like we said before, create efficiency or consistency in production. And the disadvantage are the specialized job, if not in the environment of trust, it will be worse. And the empowerment can lead to a refusal to share tips, knowledge of process use against employer. So everything is having advantage and disadvantage. What are the 5 types of departmentalization? They are like you see here, organization, here is the president, here are the vice president for finance and operations and marketing. Then each one of them will be divided also. There is manager for the accounting, manager for production, manager for sales, and distribution manager as well. So those are how we will, uh, okay, we have a functional departmentalization, which is based on primarily the functions performed. We have product based on the type of product. We have process based on the type of process. Customer based on the type of the customer himself, and geographic based on the location where it should be. The managerial hierarchy, like here you see here, the more you go up, the more the social, the power, and the more the responsibilities, the more authority and the more responsibilities when you go up from the bottom, from the supervisory management into the top management. And when you go down, okay, here is the opposite. So information here is more. So when you go down, the information is more. And the orders from the top management into the lower management is increasing. The chain of command, like we said, is hierarchy, and it means the line of authority, uh, the line of authority that extend, that extend, that extend from one level from the of organization hierarchy to the next one. Okay. Span of control, like we said before, the number of employees a manager directly supervise them? How many numbers of employees a manager can supervise them? The optimal span of control actually, it depends on the type of the job. There's no actual regular or standardized, but it depends on the type of the job. As example, for high techniques, like very precise things, like someone is assembling cell phones or television sets or computers. So the span of control here will be few persons. So it will be 1 to 3. As example, one manager can supervise 3 or 4 technicians working in assembly. But some works, when the work is simple, you can increase the span of control. When the work is simple, you can increase the span of control. Centralization and decentralization of decision making, we said before. Centralization is the degree to which formal authority is concentrated in one area or a level. But decentralization means it is divided. The process of pushing down decision making authority down on the organization hierarchy. So I think the best is the decentralization because it makes easy for the decision to be made. Okay. Also, what is the line authority and the staff authority, or the line organization and the staff organization at this point? The line is divided, is derived from the authority of the structure. Like, as example, an organization structure with the direct, clear lines of authority. So this is the line authority. But the staff authority. So the line authority is the power to give orders and expecting to obey these orders. But the staff authority, it's advice instrument, it is advice entity or bodies. An organization that includes both line and staff positions. And the staff authority, like we said, is just giving advices. We have a committee structure, we have a matrix organization, and the matrix is having more than one of departmentalizations. So it consists more than one of them. Like we said here, more than one of them. The matrix structure, which is including all this geographical and product based and client based structures, the advantage that we can work as teamwork, efficient for using the best resources, ability to balance the objectives, higher performance, and there is opportunity for developing this kind of matrix. The disadvantage of the matrix is that the power struggle, confusion between members sometimes, lack of cohesiveness, or like working all together. We'll come to the meaning of re-engineering and want to know what do we mean by re-engineering. Re-engineering means you have to redesign your work completely. So the complete redesign of the business structure and process in order to improve operations, in order to improve the operations. So you are like starting from the zero level. You are changing everything, like starting from the zero level here. Uh, we have what we call formal and informal organizations. The informal organizations is the friendship. It is the let me say first that the informal is composed from the formal, is derived from the formal. Once we will have the start, there will be a formal organization, which means the relationship between the employees, the structure, everything legal and formal in the organization. This is formal. But the informal depends on the social activities and the relationship between the members and the needs of belonging, those things which satisfied by the Maslow pyramid, which had been mentioned previously. So the informal organization, like as example, if I am and my brother are working in the same company, so there is informal organization, which means when I send to him an email as example or official document, I will say, dear sir, but he's my brother, he's not sir, and I'm not sir for him. But the problem is that there is also informal organization that we are brothers or we are friends. So the start itself, the origin is the formal. Then the informal comes after the formal organization. Uh, the informal organization is having a lot of benefits. Like as example, it gives a kind of loyalty between the members, source of a friendship. It can satisfy the needs of belonging between the members. That's very important as well. We studied this in Maslow's pyramid, and it helped also the formal organization to achieve its goals, especially when both of them are having the same objectives. So it will help the formal organization. So we have informal and we have formal organization. So that's what we want to know. Today, we have virtual teams, we have virtual corporations because of the IT of the information technology, and we have the globalization as well. The virtual corporations is including the technology, the opportunism, the excellence, the trust, and no borders. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.